the big news in the news world, because the news loves talking about the news, is that Al Jazeera America launched this week, and they had a pretty fancy package they put together to kick it off.
It is really effective. And in fact, viewership of Al Jazeera is going up in the United States because it's real news.
We will connect the world to America and Americans to the world.
What Al Jazeera has done is achieve something that all of us, I think, want to achieve, and that is to make a contribution.
In an era of consolidation, Al Jazeera is expanding, investing in a network of bureaus across the United States, engaging our audience with real stories about real people in the real world.
All right, that's some pretty fancy packaging right there. I mean, I think it's kind of hilarious that a news organization based in Qatar has to be the one thing that might save American mainstream media. Kind of beautiful. All right, so they promised to do news. They're going to actually do news, not just drivel that we see on our three cable news channels. Is it possible they're going to save television media?
I think they're going to try, and they might even give the good old college try. But I don't think people will watch it because it's called Al Jazeera.
Bad
like
name?
If I was in the public relations department, I'd be like, how about Falmanera? Anything that's not Al Jazeera. People are going to watch it.
What is it? What are people? So here's a topic that I've heard different things. I've heard from people that they do excellent reporting. I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with them. But what is it that Al Jazeera? What does it mean? First of all, what is it kind
I
of?
think most people are going to associate it with the people who ran the Osama bin Laden
you
videotapes.
put Al in front of anything, and it's going to Al Qaeda.
Right, Al Jarreau.
Yeah.
But now I've been doing that joke for 8 years. But wait a second. Now they showed us. It's not like they didn't say, "Hey, Osama bin Laden, come down to the office.
Right.
We're going to do a shoot." They're just providing his message.
You know that, and I
don't know.
that.
I'm actually asking.
Right. Well,
But I don't know
what
if
you're
the-
talking about is that Al Qaeda was giving their tapes to Al Jazeera in Qatar.
Wouldn't we want to have seen those tapes? Because Letterman, the funniest thing in the world he would do is those voiceovers with the and one more thing. He would do happy birthday to Jane Fonda. Oh, and one more thing, death to America. Come on, we wouldn't have had those if we didn't see that.
Infidels.
But all right, so I agree.
Okay,
So why didn't they just call this thing America Today Network or
Because
something?
they're Al Jazeera, so I mean I think that would have been worse. It's
that would've been-
we're not Al Jazeera.
Oh.
That could have been the name of it. But is it? But also something. As long as Anderson Cooper isn't on it, it's the greatest thing in the world. Because I hate cable news, and I'm looking for a new option.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big Current fan. Is that what? Are we in their offices?
You can say, I don't know what this place is anymore, but you can.
I wasn't glued to Current.
Right. You're right. You're not the current business.
So I'm give them a shot, is what I say. Am I going to make it out of the studio alive?
Well, they're armed. There are armed security guards at the door.
I'm from Kansas, so I feel like I can say this. The great unwashed, as I am, and the flyover states and all of that, I just don't think that they're going to get on board with something called Al Jazeera.
They love it. The Midwest is going to eat this up. You kidding me? The demographics in Iowa are going to be through the roof.
Do you understand that I was considered basically a person of color in Kansas? I mean, it's not, and I can say, I really feel like they're just not going to get on board to watch something called Al Jazeera.
Hey, everybody, come back from the cornfields early. Al Jazeera is doing a special.
Yeah.
Close the gap. Al Jazeera is doing a special.
Did you guys see this though? One of the things they're saying is that they're going to actually only have 6 minutes of commercials because they want per hour because they want to give you more news. Now, of course, what they're not telling you is that it's just because they don't have advertising.
Right. They want to advertise on it.
Commercial free. They should have a classic rock station too.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's commercial free. What kind of music would they play?
A lot of that sound that you made during the
Farsi and the Cruisers. Come on, people. Some of these jokes have written themselves.
Top Farsi.
Top Farsi stations.
Top 40.
Yeah. All right. So last thought on this: is this just? You see what I'm tweeting all day about cable news. I mean, is this just that we actually, whether this thing's going to be good or bad, do we just need it anyway as just a last chance to escape the crap that we're all being fed all the time?
Any other choice? I watch the BBC World occasionally.
Yeah.
I sit with a smoking jacket, and also I just want to ask you one thing: who's booking this? Because
Who's booking?
Al Jazeera. I am ready to go.
I will.
Andy Kindler reporting.
I can put in a call.
Okay.
They're probably looking for a good Jewish reporter.